Hello everyone, this is Ryan Mallory for SharePlanner.com. Today is January 11th, 2013. Um, Here we're now at the end of the week, so let's go ahead and look at what this day or this week has been like, what we're looking at possibly going into next week, and then I'll get into some of your charts and some of the different ones that I'm looking at as well right now. I try to keep these under 15 minutes. One, so they don't carry on as long, and B, for uh, site friendliness. So let's go ahead and talk about this S&P on the daily. What you had up until Thursday yesterday was a good solid week of consolidation right at the highs. We bounced off of this rising trend line, or off the upper band of the channel here. You got the lower channel, higher channel, and I'm going to get rid of these Bollinger Bands just for the sake of discussion here, because I don't really have much to talk about in regards to them. But and it'll clean up the picture some. So upper band, lower band, and what we did here is we hit right off the top of it 2 days in a row. But instead of what would be a bearish sign of pulling back hard and dramatically, we simply just consolidated until this band continued to rise higher and give us enough room to relaunch the upward trend. So this is a very bullish sign. We broke out of this, what I would call a bull flag. It simply just looks like a flagpole with sideways consolidation. Therefore, we call it a bull flag. The bear flag would be if the consolidation was after a long sell-off with the consolidation at the bottom. So we broke out yesterday. Today we're giving back a little bit of it, but you can see we're holding this level here at around 1467 quite well. So there's no concerns about this pullback yet. As a result, I've gotten into EC, or I'm sorry, Westco, I'm sorry, WCC. And what I saw there was simply a nice box formation in a breakout yesterday. I'm sorry, a breakout of it back on 1231, consolidation after a slight dip higher, and then it's pulled back some to this consolidation level at 67.12. So there's a lot of good things going on here. It bounced off the 20-day moving average 2 times in a row now, and I'm looking forward to try to refill this gap here right around 69.89 and then move above that as well. So keep this one definitely on your watch list. It's a gem, and we'll see where it takes us. Other current long positions, EW, pretty much hasn't done much yet since we bought it a couple days ago. Just maintaining that sideways consolidation. We're slightly underwater on that one, but overall it still looks good. TEVA, selling off hard. We needed to see that, so we didn't get stopped out on that one, so that's a good sign. And then VMC. We bought here about 4 days ago on this retracement of support, and it since has marched higher, so we're making new highs right now. That's a great looking stock, and have decent expectations for that one. Let's look at some of the ones that was suggested as well. CBYX. Maybe I did not write that down correct. We'll move on to the next one, Monsanto. All right, here, if you're long on it, I would start booking some profits, or at least tightening the stop as much as you can. You have some consolidation at the highs, which is a good sign, and it's been the last 2 days of selling. It has been done on low volume, or lower than the previous 2 days, which is a good sign. The one thing that concerns me is this gap here at like 97.68. If it drops below that, would it come all the way down to 96? So what I would probably do is play this 10-day moving average, simple moving average, put my stop below the 97.16 level, so maybe the 97.10, and just keep moving that up every day as it's found support, in the recent past off of that. So if you're not in it, don't go chasing after it. I don't think there's any nearby price that would entice me to get long on it. I would say it's worth looking at again if it gets down to $92 and change. STX, similar to Monsanto. If you're long in it, I would probably use, once again, this 10-day moving average to trail it. This is one of those stocks that you want to buy on the pullback anyways, because it has a nice upward trending line, and when it does break out above previous highs, it's not like rocketing or anything. And it's in a channel as well, so there we go. So where I would probably buy this is if it came back down to like 32.50 or so. But I wouldn't buy it yet. If you're long in it, like I said, use that 10-day moving average. MDCO. This is a bull flag pattern, but not the ideal one that I typically see. Instead of like just consolidating and maybe pulling back a little bit, it's actually consolidating and slightly moving higher. Not much familiarity with that type of price action, so I'm not one to venture out and try to buy it and see what it does at all. But I'll keep an eye on it just for future purposes. The consolidation is happening at a much lighter volume after a huge surge. If you're in it, I'd probably raise my stop to somewhere below 28.45. That gives you a good way of booking most of the profit that's been made in this trade already. And if you're not long in it, don't go chasing after it. TWC. This looks bearish more than it does bullish. Let me draw this pattern here. You got some underlying support, which looks good on the onset, but then let's see what the upper band holds, which is a slight. Let's draw this a little bit better here. So you got what I would call a bearish wedge formation forming, which means the price action is getting tighter, and it's already happened off of a significant drop back. It filled this gap here from the original drop off, and so I would say this bearish wedge, and then you got a little bull or bear flag here working in the last 4 days, indicates to me that this thing has lower to go. So I'd get short in this one at 96.61. I'm going to write that down because I want to track that as a short possibility in the future. And I think that does it for today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up in the splash zone. If you want some of your charts to get reviewed, that's the best place to ensure that all your charts get reviewed. So. If you guys have any other questions, I'll be around. Y'all have a great weekend. Take some time, take some rest, spend some time with family this weekend, and all the best to you.